Hey everybody,
Hi,
George and Woon.
I'm Woon.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell you a little bit about our village and how and why I'm here in Thailand.
Yes. Why you here, George?
Well, after I retired, I spent 2 years in Texas because
Texas is your hometown.
well, Texas is the home state.
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio is my hometown.
Oh.
In 2010, November 2010, I went back to San Antonio and decided to spend some time with my brothers and sisters, my mom. You know, she's getting up in age.
How old her now?
She's 88.
88. Lucky number.
Yeah, she's 88 and very strong. So anyway, after 2 years of being there, I was bored. I needed a change. So I went on YouTube and I said, let's see what pops up.
What's
And-
pop up?
A video of Thailand popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going there. So
How long time it take you thinking?
I don't know, a day,
A day?
a day or something. I don't know. Shortly after I watched this video, I did a little bit of research, and found out. I did a little bit of research, and I decided that I would come to Thailand. So, in October of 2012. In October 2012, I booked the flight, booked the hotel in Bangkok for 3 days, I think.
The benefit that you are U.S. citizen, you don't need to get the visa
Yeah.
the first time.
No, I had a visa.
Oh.
I had
Okay.
a visa. Yeah.
Just the information that if you got a U.S. citizen, you can come to travel like the tourist
Yeah. You can
for
get
90 days.
a tourist visa, but I decided that I was coming to Bangkok for 3 days, and then on to Chiang Mai. So I landed in Bangkok on October 11th or 12th or something like that of 2012. Okay, right here we're at the main street. We're gonna take a left and then we'll come back in the opposite direction. Now we're not gonna take you to every little street, but we're just gonna drive and show you.
Market.
Yeah, we'll show you that on the way back. We're just gonna show you the main street, and basically our village is just one long place with little short streets coming off to the side. And we live in a Christian community.
Bless you.
Thank you. We live in a Christian community, so it's very unique to Thailand. So anyway, after going to Chiang Mai, I spent a month there, and it's a nice place to be if you like big cities and you want the hustle and bustle, the rat race of living in the city. The traffic is horrendous. Every time you try to cross the street, you take your life into your own hands because nobody will stop unless they're about to run over you. And it's just a terrible place to be. I didn't like it. So
This is an adventure. If
Yeah,
you
it's an
like,
adventure.
If you like something that extreme, come.
yeah. It's a place where you can go for a little while as a tourist and stuff, and then that's it. Okay, right here we're at the edge of the village, and this road here,
Unfinished road.
maybe we should go all the way down to the chicken nothing and then drive back.
Okay.
No, that's too far. That's too many. Yeah, that's too far. Anyway, this is the back road to our village here, and they here not too long ago, a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, they put this gravel down because it used to be terrible back in here, but you know, now it's pretty smooth and all that, except that it's gravel, you know. But it's pretty nice. They built this thing up, and now all the houses are way down there. I don't know, maybe they did it because of flooding or something, I don't know. But anyway, I met this one guy that was living in Chiang Rai, and he said, you know, it's the perfect place, not too big, not too small, and so I came. And that was sometime in September, thereabouts, and I've been here ever since. You know, Chiang Rai, I think if you want to live someplace, it's the perfect place to be.
It's still quiet.
Well, it has the small time feel, but you have a mall and you have stores and you have a international airport, and you know, you have several hospitals and everything that you need you have. So I think,
and it have a immigration.
and it has an immigration office.
Yeah.
And that's very important because, you know, if you live away from the immigration office, then you have to drive every 90 days, you know,
Report.
yeah, to report your 90-day report. And in our case,
so
in our
actually
case,
you are 1 year visa.
I have a 1 year type O visa with a retirement extension. So it's called O-A visa.
Okay.
I think we should turn down this street here.
Oh, they have
A lot of bees. They weren't there before. Let's go down the street. I think this is about where the village goes. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, get out!
We'll find out.
Get out!
As you can see, this thing drops quite a bit. Now,
Get out!
if you look to the other side down there, that's part of the village too, and it's about the same thing. A little street that goes down there, and it's a very long village, but doesn't go off too far to the sides. Let's see.
Oh.
Anybody coming? Anybody coming?
No.
Wait, what about that big car over there? Oh, this is the church.
We don't go far.
We didn't go far. I thought we had gone far
Okay.
enough, but obviously not. We hardly ever go on that back street, and I didn't know where to turn. But here we are. This is our village market, and it's divided on both sides of the road. It has this here, and then you have this over here. We have a little farmer's bank. It's actually a credit union. And you have a few ATMs, and that's about it, you know. You have a whole bunch of little places where you can buy, you know, sodas and milk and stuff like that, you know. And you have a hardware store, two hardware stores. And you have a few places where you can buy some soup or some food or something. But other than that, you don't have much as far as business is concerned.
Okay, so do you like Thailand?
I love Thailand.
Very good.
You know, it takes a lot of getting used to, simply because it's so different from, you know,
The state. What about the temperature? The weather?
Well, you know, the weather is
The most of the time it's warm. Look at
Yeah.
the dog.
yeah, the weather is a lot like Texas, except that the humidity is just super high here, you know. But
But is this good for planting?
oh, it's very good for planting. It's very good
A lot
for
of sun.
yeah. You got a lot of sun. You've got a lot of
Rain.
you got a lot of rain. You have hold on. I'm gonna. Oh, this is the end of the village here, by the way. But as far as the weather, you know, it's as you spend time here,
You're gonna get used to it.
yeah, you climatize, and of course, it has to do a lot also with how much time you spend in the air conditioner versus, you know, trying to just get the normal temperature, you know. But
What about the food?
the food is very
Thai
good.
food.
The food is very good. You know, it's there's lots of vegetables, and it's
Spicy.
spicy. You know, but coming from Texas, I'm used to spicy food and stuff like that. But you know, there's a lot of rice. You eat rice with everything. You know.
Yeah, its main course is the rice.
Yeah, and you know, you can take the same ingredients that they have here and you know, season it a little different, and you have food from whatever country you come from, you know. So as far as food, you know, it's up to you what
Can you take to the back that go to the airport? That is nice. Have a right feel.
okay. So anyway, come on, lady.
If you are in Thailand, one thing that you need to get used to is people everywhere from motorcycle.
Yeah.
And them don't pay attention, them don't know, them don't mind,
Yeah.
them have their own lane,
Yeah.
pass you, no warning,
yeah.
no signal.
The biggest thing that you have to get used to is driving here, because people, especially in motorcycles, are just completely out of their mind. They come out of blind alleys, they do all this stuff, and they just turn on there without looking. Even people driving cars and pickups and things, you know. But the motorcycles are the biggest thing. And I mean, it is just simply amazing that not as many people get into accidents and stuff. And how Thais are managing to survive, because they're crazy when they're driving motorcycles.
No, we just get used to it. When we born like this.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's wrong, because, you know, you hit them even though they jumped out of a tree, and it's your fault, you know. And especially if you're a foreigner and you hit a motorcycle, it's your fault, unless you happen to have a video recorder on your car where you can prove it wasn't. Otherwise, you're gonna pay. You might even go to jail. You know, it's how it is.
It's okay, my been right.
Yeah, my bad, right. Everything functions on my bad, right. You know, which means never mind, doesn't matter, forget about it. You know, life goes on. This is also part of the village. This is the back road that heads over
on
to
the right, on the left is
Slow Cafe.
No.
Oh, on the left.
On the left is a university about agriculture.
Yeah. They have a university that teaches agriculture. And they just made a new dormitory. And
Gigantic.
super nice entrance.
Yeah, right there.
This is the entrance.
It's not finished yet.
And there's the dormitory. Yeah. But anyway, for the first few years, we rented a house in Bandu, which is a little section of Chiang Rai. And this guy's doing pipes or something. But the place was ideal. It's 3 minutes from Woon's work, 3 minutes from the market. You could go 5-minute walk to the main road and catch a bus, go anywhere. You could catch taxis, whatever. There was a lot of places, a lot of things you could do. Out here we're a little bit more in the country. They really don't have the transportation. They don't have buses. They don't have all that. I mean, you could call a taxi, but you don't have any of that other stuff. The problem was that 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because we were so close to the main road, and we sat by the road that went, the only road that led back into some villages back there. We're talking about motorcycles and cars and rescue vehicles and everything running up and down this thing 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then trying to get in and out of the driveway there at the house was almost impossible at dinner time, when everybody was getting off work and going to the market and what have you. And it was just, it was so terrible. And the other thing was that the lady that owned the house, she was, I don't know, 76 or something. And what she would do is she would just come over to the house and sit there, and you had people come to visit you, and she would just come and talk to them, and you couldn't visit. It was just a terrible thing. And she would come and, well, let's go to the airport, I guess. She would come and go to the fruit trees and flowers, and she would just start digging and doing all kinds of stuff. So finally got fed up with that, and I didn't really want to buy a house at that point, but it was either put up with the invasion of privacy, or look for another rental, or buy a property. So
Okay.
that's what we did. Anybody? So here we are. That's the airport right there. We are actually on the runway. Now I'm not sure our village comes all the way down here, but I think it ends over there by that big curve. I'll show you. But either way, it's a very nice place. We're out in the country, surrounded by rice fields and what have you. But it's a few minutes to the downtown. It's a few minutes to the mall and all this other places. So it's okay. Every place you live, you have pros and cons. Even in the US or wherever you're from, there's good and bad. There's always going to be a pro and a con. So, you know, me, I'm happy here. Yes, there are some things I don't like, but you have to learn to accept them and deal with it. You know, one of the biggest things that you have here in Thailand is trying to live like you lived in whatever country you came from, and that's not going to happen. So you're in Thailand, you have to try to adapt to the culture here, not necessarily, you know, copy everything they do, but you have to try to, you know, make the best out of whatever it is, and you know, try to deal with it in such a way that you become part of the community, and you know, yeah. But there's definitely a lot of challenges. There's a lot of exciting things that make up for it, and you know, the motorcycles and the bad driving and all that, you know, you just have to deal with it and try not to run over anybody, and you're okay, you know. But the one thing that I do like is, you know, you can basically do what you do, and everybody stays out of your business, and in return they do what they do, and like it or not, you stay out of their business, you know. And that's how it is.
And the cost of living here is pretty cheap, huh?
The cost of living here is very cheap, you know, until it comes to building something. Because the way it goes is you have the Thai price, and then you have the foreigner price, the Falang price, you know. And I'm talking about, you know, if it's 20 baht for a Thai, we're not talking about 30 baht for a Falang. It's 20 baht and 100, 200 for the Falang.
Yeah,
so,
and for the bad experience that you have.
I've had tons of bad experience, but you know, I don't let it you know, ruin my attitude and my thinking of what I want to do and how I want to live. But it's not an enjoyable thing because you know, for example, here in this community here, I've tried to hire local people, but I haven't had a good experience with any of them. You know, I tried to hire this guy to take out a stump, and he wanted 1,000 baht. I did it myself, and it took me 35 minutes to take it out, but he wanted 1,000 baht. You know, I hired this other guy to do some work on the roof. The only way he would work is if I hired his wife, you know. So it was 1,000 baht a day. It was 1,000 baht a day because I had to hire the wife, and I wasn't happy with the job that he did anyway. But you know, I tried to hire the people here. I tried to create jobs for them and stuff, but it's not working. You know, and then the ones that you do hire from wherever, you know, the attitude is, I'm doing you a favor by doing a job for you. But
Can I stop?
yeah, why?
Tired here.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's just go down this road. So anyway, we did the loop-de-loop there, and we're gonna go back. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Woo-wee. That's our neighbor. That's a good example. That's a good example of not looking. He he was hauling butt, and all of a sudden you see this look on his face, you know. If I had been somebody else, I'd hit him. But I just got used to looking for people because there's all kinds of crazy driving that motorcycles do. Anyway, this is the road coming into where we live. It's not in very good condition because we didn't find this out until later. This road is still a private road, and the people that are supposed to be doing the transferring and the paperwork and all that, they're not doing it, you know, and nobody's really interested, nobody really cares about it. So until the paperwork gets done, the community is not going to spend any money on this thing, and there it is. So in the meantime, you just have to, you know, go bouncity bounce until you get home, and it is what it is, you know. The people that could do something about it, you know, I'm talking about the influential Thais here in the village, they're not interested. It doesn't affect them. They don't want to, whatever, I don't know. And there it is. You just have to deal with it, you know. You just have to drive slow, and hopefully you don't fall into a hole and not make it home. So, ta-da! Okay, guys, we're back home. I hope you enjoy our little village and a little story about how I ended up in Thailand. All right, see you.
Bye.
And don't forget the OG. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
Bye bye